Hello everybody, Bob6983 here. This is a new series that I still don't really know if I'm 100% like on board with like how I'm gonna do this one. But I mean, I'll just go with the flows. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, there's some lore here. The peaceful world of Dreamland is in great danger, as usual with the Kirby games. In Dreamland, dreams always flowed from the wonderful Fountain of Dreams. The Fountain of Dreams collected the hopes and dreams of all living things. Neat. It was also responsible for sweet dreams and rest that comes from deep sleep. A little repetitive, but okay. But one day, everyone in Dreamland lost the ability to dream. King DDD was bathing in the Fountain of Dreams. He had even taken the Star Rod, the source of the fountain's power, and broke it into pieces that he gave to his underlings. Now Kirby must embark on an adventure. Yeah, that's the lore that we get for this. To restore peaceful nap time to all the residents of Dreamland. Okay, there we go. Now let's go ahead and start. I have one file that's 100% completed. I need to go ahead and restart one. I feel like these are files that like were failed recordings at one point, because I've tried to, I think, record this like twice already. But I guess I've gone back every time. Alright, starting off with Level 1 Vegetable Valley. It should be World 1 because this is Level 1. Main abilities that Kirby has is, first off, you can walk and then run if you double tap any direction, or rather specifically left or right. You can obviously inhale as Kirby always does, which is with B. If you push down and you have an enemy that can give you a power up, you will swallow their ability, or rather you can get their ability. And I believe you can drop their ability with the select button. Yep, there it is. I personally would want Spark. I like Spark more than Beam. That one right there gives you the Fire ability. I do not want Fire. I prefer Spark. It's because it's pretty big in this game. So each ability gives you, as like the name implies, it will give you the certain ability that it tells you on the screen. I'll try to go over all the abilities, and if I don't go over one, I'll try to go over it at the end of the series. Yeah, usually the type of element that it gives you will determine what sort of like interactions it will do with like the level. Sometimes there'll be like a fuse that you need to turn on with fire, so that's when you'll need that. Or if there's like a stud in the ground, or like a little like thing popping out of the ground, you need like certain other abilities for that. Also, right there at the very end, we had a mini little thing that popped up where it tells you to push the A button at the very bottom of I don't know what that was. It was like something that pushes you up. What that was is like if you push the button at the very last second and you get to the very top, you can get a 1-up. So if you want 1-ups, try to get to the very top every time. Right now we're gonna have our very first mini boss, which is a Poppy Brother Senior, I believe. And this guy gives you the Crash ability. By the way, those little flying guys are named Bronto Birds. Go ahead and use the Crash ability. This basically makes it so it's a one-hit KO on everything on the screen. Or if you're using it on a boss, it makes it so that they take a good chunk of their health out. Yeah, the way that you distinguish between the Poppy Brothers Junior and Seniors is that the Juniors are these small ones and the Seniors are usually the mini bosses. At least that's what I think, because I do remember that they used the name Poppy Brother Senior in Kirby's Avalanche, which isn't like the best way to get information for Kirby. But I'm pretty sure that's how you distinguish between the two. That right there gave you a sword ability. So if you wanted that, if you wanted the sword power up, you can get it there. I almost got the... I almost got it. It's very exact when you need to press the A button. So that's why it's a little tricky to get it. I kind of want to do this, the bomb rally, but I'll hold off until the end of the episode. Alright, continuing through. Watch out for these cannons. You cannot destroy them or anything. You just have to like forcefully go around them. There's nothing you can do to stop them. That right there that I just destroyed was a broom hatter, and what just hit me was a kaboo. I know a lot of these enemies' names, except for this one. I'm gonna wait for this ability to disappear. Yeah, after a while, if you don't grab that ability again, it'll disappear over time. This gives you the burning ability, which later on in the Kirby games was just merged with the fire ability because it was a little repetitive. But in this game, they're separate abilities. Burning may be a bit more better. Okay, in the water, you usually lose your power up. There's some exceptions to that though. I think with sword and hammer are the only exceptions. So be careful if you're planning on using your abilities in the water, because otherwise you'll probably just end up using like a water spout from your mouth. Ah, I hate this part. Ah, damn. I could have showed something off right there, but I wasn't able to pull it off. If you're able to get two enemies in your mouth at the same time, you'll go into like you'll go into a roulette sort of state where it'll go through all the abilities in the game and it'll give you one random one. I don't think it's dependent on the type of enemies that you have in your mouth. I think it's just random. I think maybe it has a little bit to do with like the enemies in your mouth, but like at the end of the day, I think it's still random regardless. This here is a new ability. I did not mean to get hurt. This is Cutter. I personally don't like Cutter in this game. It only gives you one projectile. It's way more versatile in the other games. This guy right here is a Mr. Frosty. Yeah, I don't really like Cutter in this game. Freeze is really good though. I like Freeze. Freeze was another one of those abilities that was originally split into two different abilities, but later on they merged it with another, which I think was just Ice, I think is the name of it in this game. This is another ability that I really like. I don't know if I want to swap it with the other one though. Ah, screw it, I'll show it off. This is Needle! This isn't always in every Kirby game, but in this one it's kind of overpowered just because look at the hitbox on this. It's so massive. Later on in the Kirby games, you got a buff where like if you move on the D-pad a lot while you're in the spike state, you can shoot off spikes. And there was just a lot. There's just like a lot more added to the Needle ability, which I think was just later called spikes or something. Yeah, that's enough about that. We're done with the stage. These stages are going by very fast, if you can already tell. Usually World 1 goes by very fast. We're not going to go into the boss fight just yet. We're going to go over to the other two. In every world there's going to usually be mini games. This one is Bomb Rally. What you have to do is just press A whenever the bomb gets to you, and that's about it. And you have to try to place first. Sometimes the bombs will go fast, sometimes the bomb won't go to you. You just have to play the waiting game. After you die, apparently you get turned into the ball enemy ability, which is kind of weird. Okay, just one more. Cool, we won. Okay, on to the museum. It basically just explains to you exactly what the museum does. So the museum will have either one or two, I think, abilities that are in here that you can just get for free. I don't know if they're gonna hurt you though. I think maybe they can. Like if you just run into them, yeah, they'll definitely hurt you. But I don't know if like they'll actually work as like normal enemies. But they are stationary. We're on to the very first boss of the game. This is Wispy Woods. You can just stand here with Needle, and this boss fight is just very easy. However, I kind of do want to show off like what else he does. He shoots apples and then he shoots wind gusts, like in the other games. This boss fight is just very broken with Needle, so that's it. If you didn't have an ability going into this, you could just inhale the apples and then just throw them back at him. Okay, well with that, I think we're done for this episode. This was a very short and sweet episode. It was just 10 minutes long. Nothing too bad. I mean, technically 11 minutes now. But yeah, next time on Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, it took me a minute to remember the name. We're going to be going to level 2, Ice Cream Island. Oh, the cool music's gone. No, I should have left it playing for a while. Ah, no. Alright, we'll see you all then. I'll put the music in the ending. That way y'all can still hear it.